What if Goku kept his tail? In this what if, I'm going to point out a few what if pluses for Goku if he had kept his tail. For starters, it will boost his base power level more in this series, which it actually did do in Canon Dragon Ball stated by Goku. And with the tail, he can master the Grade 8 form later on. And also, when he does have Super Saiyan, later on in the story, he could potentially get Super Saiyan 4 or even more. He also can learn to not have it paralyze him when it was grabbed. And I also want to add a what if thing as well, to where when a Saiyan has his tail, his potential is significantly higher. Did I say that right? Yeah, I did. His potential is higher. And this could not be true. This could be, as Universe 6 Saiyans didn't bother them, but when both Saiyans lost their tail in Universe 7, it didn't bother with it. But I'm going to just say for fun, just to make the tail interesting, it actually does give you a more of a higher potential because you have completely accepted your Saiyan heritage and roots. So, let's get right into the video. Most of the events of Dragon Ball go the exact same, except a few things. Kid Goku had his tail at all times, it was never removed. And he actually was a little bit stronger than usual, and his potential was a little bit higher. But most of the events of Dragon Ball would happen the exact same, with King Piccolo and more. Now, but once when Goku would fight Piccolo Jr. in the Tenkaichi Budokai, this is where a lot of things change. Goku in the original was stated to be around 345, and Piccolo was around 325 or 330. They're pretty much equal. But since Goku here has a higher potential, plus a higher base power level with his tail, I'm going to say, especially with Kami training and more, and the Ultra Divine Water, I'm going to say that his power level is at 600 instead of 345, meaning he would beat Piccolo pretty easily in their fight. But Goku would let Piccolo live, since Kami needs it to survive, because as you all may know, if Piccolo dies, Kami dies. If Kami dies, then Piccolo dies, as they are one being just split into two. And when Kami dies, they lose the Dragon Balls. Once when Goku saves Piccolo's life, Piccolo would leave, saying that he will come back to face him again, he'll be more ready, and he will take over the Earth. Goku would still have his promise, and yes, Goku would still marry Chi-Chi, and they would have Gohan. Now, once when Raditz arrives, 5 years later, Goku has some training. Piccolo's a little stronger as well, since he has a higher goal to reach. I would actually say that Piccolo's power level, for what if purposes, is going to be around 525. That seems fair. Now, Goku with some training, but taking care of Gohan most of the time, he would have go from 600 to around 850. Which would make sense. It's been 5 years, and Goku would still keep on training. Raditz was obviously still far superior. He would still knock out Goku and take Gohan. So, Piccolo and Goku will go save him. Now, the fight would actually be a little bit different here. Goku knows of Raditz and his weakness, but Raditz would still trick him and knock him out. That would still happen where he tries to grab his tail. Now, Goku, I feel like training with Kami and more, would learn to not have that bother him anymore, to where when you grab a Saiyan's tail, it doesn't make them paralyzed or anything like that. As when Goku even fought Grandpa Gohan when he was when he was dead, Grandpa Gohan said, "You still have not practiced your greatest weakness as your tail," which I feel like Goku would take that in consideration since he still has it to make sure he has no weaknesses with his tail. But Raditz will still trick him because Goku is very naive, and he also has a good heart. He believed that Raditz would change, even though Piccolo was screaming at him, telling him not to let him go. So all that would happen the exact same. Gohan would still burst out of the space pod and severely injure Raditz, and Goku would still grab onto Raditz and tell Piccolo to shoot the special beam cannon, and it would still kill Raditz and Goku. So Goku would still arrive on Snake Way, and he would actually arrive there a little bit faster, actually a lot faster, since he's almost 2 to 3 times stronger than he is in the original. Not to mention, he's 2 to 3 times faster, he's 2 to 3 times more endurance, so he can get there a lot more quicker than before. I would say probably about a month early. He would arrive there a little bit like a month early, so he would have an extra month of training with King Kai. But still, Raditz would be gone. And so Vegeta and Nappa would overhear the conversation about the Dragon Balls, so they would still want to arrive to Earth to see what they can do about that. But now, since he would get to King Kai's world a little faster, I would say he would get an extra month of training. Now, for that extra month, Goku would learn Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb. He would actually have an extra month to hone those two skills more, being much better than the original. And the rest of the year, Goku would practice to control his great ape state, with King Kai as his teacher, as King Kai knows that this is a final trump card in case anything happens. But you never know, and King Kai states this is the hone of all Saiyan power, is the great ape state, and you don't know when it can save you. And Goku understands. It was grueling mental training, but Goku can somewhat control the great ape form to where he's not just killing everything, but he can aim. He can aim the great ape form. And as the year went on, he would actually be able to pretty much completely control the form. And especially with Goku with his potential, I feel like it is very plausible that he could. So now, Piccolo and Gohan. The exact same training, the exact same meeting, everything, all that happens the same. Now, Piccolo is actually a little bit stronger. And because of that, Gohan is a little bit stronger as well. Piccolo was around 3,200, 3,300, and Nappa was around 5,000, nearly 6,000. I would say that Piccolo is around 5,500. And he would actually put up a really good fight against Nappa. Remember, Piccolo has been pushing his limits a lot more, considering that Goku is his rival and he has a higher goal to reach. Piccolo has been really slept on with his potential. Piccolo can do anything. And currently now, he's caught up with all the other guys. And especially in his orange Piccolo form, he can definitely take on Goku and Vegeta. Maybe not beat them, but he can definitely hold his own, or maybe even do more. But now, the same thing would happen though. He would have an intense battle with Nappa. Very close. Nappa would still have the upper hand a little bit, but Piccolo would damage him pretty badly. Now, Vegeta notes that this Namekian is really powerful. A lot more powerful than the other Namekians he's seen before. But now, Nappa, as a final resort, would still try to kill Gohan, where Piccolo would be able to get to him in time and risk his life and save Gohan. But Piccolo would pass. Because of that, Goku would still arrive, and remember, Kami's gone. The Dragon Balls are gone. Yamcha would still die, Tien would still die, Chaozu would still die, so a lot of the Z fighters are still gone. Yajirobe is the GOAT, so he's still alive, of course, because he's the main antagonist of the entire thing. But now Piccolo's gone as well, leaving just Gohan and Krillin. Luckily, Goku would arrive, and Goku would make very quick work of Nappa. Very quick work. And he would break his back even without using Kaioken because he would reach it in time. Now, Vegeta would actually still kill Nappa, throwing him into the air, shooting a beam, saying he's worthless to him anyway. And then, this is where Goku has his battle. But now, when Goku had a power level around 420 to 430 when he fought Raditz in the original, when he went to King Kai, after King Kai, he was around 8,000. That's about an 18 times increase in power. Nearly a 19. So, in this what if, Goku had a power level of 800. After King Kai training an extra month as well, I put Goku at a power level of around 15,000. He would battle Vegeta, and he would do a lot better against him, as he would use Kaioken times 2, and he would easily overpower Vegeta. How is this possible? Well, very simple. Vegeta at his maximum power had a power level around 18,000. Goku, even using Kaioken times 2, had a power level of 30,000. He would easily overpower Vegeta, way worse than he did in Kaioken times 3. Vegeta does not stand much of a chance. So, Vegeta would try to use his Gallic Gun attack, which Goku would actually have to use Kaioken times 3 as a little burst to overpower Vegeta's blast. He would shoot him into the sky. As Vegeta would then look around, he was confused. He didn't know what to do, as he does not see the moon. As he thinks, well, if I can turn into a great ape, I can get him. But he also remembers that Goku has a tail, which is very troublesome, but Vegeta doesn't have much of a choice, as there's nothing else that he can do. But Vegeta hopes that this Saiyan is a low class. That means that he cannot control his great ape state. And Vegeta is stronger, so he can fully control, he can take down Goku by removing the tail since he has full control in his form. He thinks that's the best option that I got. He doesn't see a moon, so he would have to spawn a fake moon and throw it. As he would transform, Goku was shocked, but he actually does try to battle Vegeta in base form, but to no avail. He was too powerful, so Goku does not have a choice. He tells Krillin and Gohan to get as far away from here as possible, in case anything happens. Goku would actually have one last senzu bean left, and he would eat it. Because remember, Goku is pretty badly drained from using Kaioken times 3 in that little burst. He would be back to full power, even getting a little Zenkai because of it, and he would look at the moon. and he would transform into a great ape. The two apes would be fighting and clashing blows. Goku would actually be in full control, as Vegeta would charge a massive mouth blast. Goku would do something that we've never seen before in a What If, I believe. Goku would then roar, as then the blue aura would surround the great ape, but then it turns red. Again, Goku would blitz behind Vegeta and rip his tail off. Goku used Kaioken times 2 in his great ape state. How is it possible? Because it's a What If, and it's awesome. But it was only for a brief moment, a very brief moment. And he was able to hold the power anyway because of how big he was. And not to mention, he was a great ape. But now, he ripped his tail off, as Vegeta would then de-transform. The fake moon would disappear. Goku would then revert. His pants were in torn rags and tattered. It was still covering him a little bit, so let's not have any nudity here. But Goku was beyond exhausted. He was barely able to stand. He would be shocked seeing that Vegeta was standing up. They would then have a fight. It was a fight of willpower. Both were completely exhausted, training blows, as Vegeta was nothing to do. Vegeta would then grab his tail and surprise Goku as he would throw him into a wall. Goku was out of energy. He couldn't even stand up. Using that Kaioken in the Great Ape state was an idiotic idea, but it was the only choice. Before he could finish him off, Yajirobe would slice his back and he would fall over. Yajirobe saved Goku's life. Now Vegeta would not have any option. He would try and call his ship and he would try to crawl away. He would get inside of it, but right before he does, Krillin was about to kill him with a ki blast. But Goku yells at him saying, "Don't, let him go, because I want to be able to face him on my own one day." Krillin understands, and he would let Vegeta go. Vegeta would escape, and now Goku would actually recover a lot more faster in the hospital. Since his entire body was not destroyed, they would still go to Namek. Now, Goku would wait behind as he can train in the gravity room. As the others would arrive on Namek, the exact same story happens. Nothing crazy until Goku lands. After a week to fight the Ginyu Force, his power level would be a lot higher than it was before. As in the original, it was 90,000 when he landed. From having a power level of 8,000, that's pretty impressive. That's a 12 times increase. So add the fact that Goku had a power level of nearly 16,000, brings it to, plus add for the higher potential, 192,000 for base form. But, adding his higher potential, I would say 200,000 even. Just to even it out. Now when he fights Ginyu, he would actually still get his body stolen because Ginyu, not even with the Scouter, can see how powerful Goku is. But the issue was, Ginyu cannot use his body. He's not used to it at all. It was giving Vegeta the chance to beat him down, to make Ginyu try to swap bodies with him once more, and Goku would get his body back. Now Goku was still injured, and he was placed in the healing chamber. Now the fights between Frieza and the Z fighters would pretty much do the exact same. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. The only thing is that Piccolo would be a little bit stronger when he fused with Nail, and Vegeta's a little bit stronger, and the other guys are a little bit stronger, but against Frieza, it's not much of a crazy difference. Piccolo would handle himself a tiny bit better against third form Frieza, but that's about it. And Vegeta would do a little bit better against final form Frieza, but he would still be killed, so that doesn't really change anything. This is where a lot of things change. Now, when Goku awakens, in the original, he got a 33 times increase in strength. From 90,000 to 3 million, which is crazy. I mean, it is for plot, so he can be able to beat Frieza because of how high they made him. Now, if we add the 33 times, I'm just going to even it out to 7 million. To battle Frieza. Now, the two would clash. Goku was holding his own a lot better against Frieza, but most of the fighting would happen the same until he uses Kaioken. Even Kaioken times 10 will boost his power level to 70 million. He would do a lot more damage against Frieza, and he would then stream and push it further, using Kaioken times 20. And he would use the Kaioken times 20 Kamehameha attack, boosting his power level to 140 million. Pretty much almost as strong as his Super Saiyan state. And the blast would actually nearly kill Frieza, who everybody thinks that he died because they couldn't sense his energy. But he survived, and he was pissed. He had a death ball as he threw it at Namek, as it was going to blow up in 5 minutes. Goku would tell everyone they need to get out of here now, Now Frieza would actually nearly kill Piccolo, shooting with the death beam, and then he would destroy Krillin, as he was going to kill his son Gohan, but before he could, Goku would snap and transform into the Super Saiyan of Legends for the final battle. And that is it for this What If, you guys. Thank y'all for watching. Let's see to 10,000 subscribers, and I will talk to you all later.